Hello there and welcome back to Pallegney. So it's July here and I think we may have potatoes to harvest today, although looking over at the potatoes they don't look like they're ready to be harvested. So a quick hoik over the fence. Let's go take a look. So looks like they have sprouted little flowers, but they're not ready for harvesting yet. Let's check the map. So potatoes aren't ready for harvesting just yet. Which means we don't really have anything major to do this month. Because our soybeans are over there. They're not ready. Our sorghum is not ready. Our potatoes aren't ready. So, not quite sure what we're going to do this month. Let's take a look at our animals. So our chickens are doing just fine. Our goats are doing fine. They've had a couple of baby goats. So we've got some young male goats, young female goats here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to restrict automatic production from this point on. And I'm going to let our adult male goat take care of the other goats if that's what they do. We'll see how that goes in 5 months' time. So yeah, we're starting to build up our goat supplies here. Moving down to our productions, I have a feeling we're going to have to switch off our vegetable fat production. So let's switch that off for now. Fortunately, we have a ton of vegetable fat still. So we are still going to be able to produce all of the other potato products. Let's look down the list just to make sure they are all still being produced. They are, which is absolutely fantastic. And we have enough water in there. Yep, we do. Just going down to our greenhouse, enough water in there. I think we're just going to skip through to August and start harvesting our potatoes and sorghum. So, hoit again. Oh, I just hoit into the fence. That really hurt my shins. Going to have to go take a lay down for the month now into August. So, hoit over the fence. Oh, my shins hurt. I will see you next month. Okay, welcome back to August. So let's take a look to see. It looks like our potatoes are now finally ready. Yes, they are. So jumping over to the map. Yeah, so our potatoes are ready. Our sorghum's ready. So this month is harvest month. Let's jump straight into the store and go into our potato technology. Okay, so here we are with our absolutely monstrous potato harvester. I'm going to drive it onto the farm because it's going to be easier to maneuver around, connect the header, and we can head straight out into one of the potato fields from the farm. Let's get this disconnected. We'll get ourselves turned around and hooked up to the header. There we go. Where shall we start? Let's think about this. I think we will go over here where the potato processing plant is and just get ourselves started over here. So I'll be interested to see how our potato harvest compares to last year. I think we may have a little more planted than we did last year, because when I did the calculations it was about 3.15 hectares compared to 3.07, so we're expecting the same amount, if not a little more than we had last year. So around, I think it was 300,000 litres or something like that. We will see once we have completed the job. I don't think there's going to be a way, unless it's listed somewhere in the stats, I don't think there's going to be a way to find out exactly how many potatoes we harvest, because the warehouse doesn't keep track, and I'm not sure exactly how many are required in the potato processing plant. But I think it's going to be around 300,000. So not an insignificant amount. We'll get the headland of this field done, and then I will put it on a worker while we make a start on the sorghum field, because I believe that's also ready to harvest this month. Anyways, I will rejoin you once we've made a little more progress. Okay, quick check in to see where we're at. We've got one full trailer load of potatoes. We've got an almost full harvester of potatoes, and we've got a completely full harvester of sorghum. So we are on emptying duties here. Going to empty this load of potatoes directly into the potato processing plant. I think it can take this full load here and probably half of the next load, and then we're going to be dumping in our warehouse again. We don't have too much space in the warehouse, unfortunately, so I don't know what we're going to do with the rest of the potatoes from for this season. Potentially we could upgrade the potato processing again, because even when it runs out of soybeans, it can still continue processing the rest of the potato products. So I might take a look at doing that. We will see. It only uses the soybeans to produce vegetable fat, and I think there's a fair amount of vegetable fat in its storage. So that might actually be a good use for some of this extra money we have right now. If we upgrade potato processing again, it can start churning through the potatoes a little quicker than it is currently. Once I've offloaded this, I will actually take a look at that just to see if that makes sense or not. If we go down to our production here, and if we look at vegetable fat production, so this has a lot of cycles per month, so it will go through the soybeans pretty quickly. Upgrading this again kind of makes sense, because all of the stores are building up. Even the, if we go back up here, even the cucumbers, tomatoes, onions and everything is building up. How much does it cost to upgrade? 96,000. I'm going to take a jump on that. And now if we look here, we can fit a whole ton more potatoes in there, probably the entirety of this season's harvest. And we can fit loads more vegetable fat in there, and more starch, and yeah, all of our other products will start producing faster, and yeah, hopefully it won't run out of anything. What I did just notice is we're running low on eggs, so I'm going to go over to the chicken coop and just put some more eggs in the potato processing. We'll put 2 more in there. It seems reasonable because we put 2 in there, I think, towards the end of last year, and we've only just run out, so I think 2 will last us a fair amount of time. Okay, let's get these over to our potato processing. And by that time, we should be ready to put some more potatoes in there. And then we can go in, we can set the potato harvester loose on a worker, and we can go and empty the other harvester of its sorghum. And let's head over to the sorghum field and get that emptied. I definitely think it was a good idea planting potatoes in the fields closest to our farm and the production facility where we offload, because we only have to go a few meters to empty the harvester into the potato processing plant. So getting this emptied now, then we can set it loose again. I think what I might do once this has been emptied is do the rest of the headland manually, and then it should be more accurate when continuing to harvest. Okay, so the harvester is emptied. Let's get to the end of this row, and then we will finish off the headland ourselves before letting a worker loose on the rest of the field. I'll make a little more progress and I will rejoin you again shortly. Okay, a quick status update. We are unloading or loading into our trailer. I think this is our 4th load of potatoes. We've started our flour production from the sorghum and also our bread production from the flour. And we're making good progress on this first field of potatoes. We are probably about halfway done. So we do have plenty more to go, but I think we're going to be able to fit all, if not most of this, into the potato processing plant because of the upgrades we have. So let's get over there with this load, and then I think we'll need to go over and empty the other harvester of sorghum again. So definitely useful having these 2 fields really close to the farm. It would be an absolute nightmare trying to zip across the map with one trailer if they were on opposite sides or if they weren't so close to each other. And we'll probably need to rent a second trailer for that. But fortunately, we can do it with one trailer just about. So we'll get this emptied. Let's take a look at how much potatoes, how many potatoes our storage, our potato processing can handle now. Wow, I think it's probably about 600,000, which is absolutely fantastic because we can fit all of this season's harvest in the potato processing, and then we can probably even start to empty out our warehouse as winter comes around and we're less busy. Okay, so over to our other field where our other harvester has a full grain tank. They're making absolutely fantastic progress over here. Pretty much, I mean, they don't have too much more left to do at all. So let's get over here. Hopefully they have enough space to get to the end of the field. Or I think I may have just spoken too soon. Yeah, they don't. Okay, that's okay. A full harvester is not a bad problem to have. So we'll just get ourselves reversed here. I think I will I think I'll just maneuver the harvester into place rather than trying to maneuver the tractor. Probably not the easiest way, but I like to make things more difficult for myself. Just how I roll, apparently. Okay, we'll get this emptied and we shall continue. Okay, what I've decided to do is rent a mulcher and start mulching that sorghum field with the little tractor while the harvester's still harvesting it. I figured I may as well make some use of the little tractor, seeing as it's kind of sitting there, not doing much this month. So I'm just about to head over to the store to pick up the roller. In fact, I'll send this tractor over there on a worker, and yeah, we can continue. We can mulch the field. I'm not actually sure if it makes a difference with precision farming active, but we can test it out. I think it only cost me about 1,500 to rent the mulcher. In the meantime, we'll continue harvesting the potatoes in this field. And what I think I'll do here is, if I spin around, come out onto the road here, I spin around and grab these little straggly pieces, then I might start going the other way. Let's come around here like this, grab these little pieces. Is it worth going in the other direction? I don't think it is it? It's probably, may as well just stick to the direction I'm already going in. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll grab these little straggly pieces anyway, and then we'll start a new row, and we will continue. If anyone knows whether mulching makes a difference with precision farming active, I would love to find out. I'm going to do it as an experiment, although I don't really know how to tell the difference. I guess we'll find out next season if we make a note of the total sorghum we get from that field. We are going to be planting sorghum in it again next season, and it wasn't mulched before we harvested it this time around, or before we planted the sorghum this time around. So if we mulch it, we'll compare the yield this season to the yield next season, and we will find out. Anyways, back to the music and time lapse, and I'll be back with you again shortly. Okay, so we are done harvesting the sorghum field, and we have 8,500 litres of sorghum in the harvester. Plus, I think we probably delivered 30 or 40,000. I'm not actually sure, and I'm not going to be able to get an exact estimate because I've already started flour production. I didn't think about that when I mentioned previously that I was going to make a comparison. But let's get over to the grain mill and see. We'll empty the harvester and we'll see how much we have left. It won't be... The grain mill won't have used too much sorghum between when we started it and now, so we'll be able to get a fairly rough estimate. Spin ourselves around here, get lined up with the grain mill. There we go. And then with this tractor we can head back over to the farm. I sent this tractor over here to relieve the harvester, but I didn't need to because I was able to finish off the field with the space in the harvester tank. Does it have space in it? Oh, it's looking fairly full. Let's get it emptied. And then we can deliver another load to the potato processing plant. Pretty sure I'm going to be able to almost, if not completely, fill the trailer of this again. Oh, not quite, but that's enough. We can head over to the potato processing with this to empty it out. Yeah, we're making pretty good progress with this field. Got just this piece left to do, and then over to the other potato field. I think what we might be able to do next year is maybe just have this field for potatoes and then put soybeans in that field next door, because if we don't plant as many potatoes next year, we'll still have enough potatoes to last us until the following year. So that is the plan. We are empty here. Let's take a quick look at our production. We got to the top here. So, oops, not this one here. So 36,000 litres of sorghum. I'm going to say about 38,000. I think that makes the most sense. Let's get started on mulching this field. It's not a huge mulcher, in fact it's pretty small. Probably should have gotten a bigger one. I didn't realise that our other tractor was going to be done so quickly. Okay, I will continue and I will be back with you shortly. Okay, so we're done harvesting potatoes in this field. I have no idea how many we've got, but it's a lot. I've been over to the potato processing plant 5 or 6 times with full loads and partial loads. Now, I think it's safe to say we probably got 150,000 litres at least from this field. So very good harvest. I'm just going to scoop up these little bits here because I think where there's ridges there are potatoes. That's not much, but 2 litres. Every 2 litres helps, right? Especially when you only have 250,000 litres. Okay, let's make a start on the next field. I am going to go around the headland a couple of times. I think I probably don't even need to do the headland at this end. I might need to do a couple of passes at the headland at the other end, just because it's so close to the river. So I will drive down this side of the field. I will do 3 to 4 passes at the other end, and then I might put the rest on a worker. Although I don't really have too much more to do myself, so I may just end up doing the rest of this field manually. We will see. Anyways, I'll pass you back over to the time lapse, and I'll see you again shortly. Okay, quick check-in with an update. We have finished mulching the sorghum field, and I think 38,000 is the yield we got from that field this year, so we'll compare that with what we get next year. I wonder if we can mulch potato fields. I don't think we can, but I'm going to try just to see if I can educate myself. Looks like you might be able to. Let's take a look at our map. Yeah, it's showing us mulched, so maybe I'll give this whole field a good mulching while our harvester is finishing on the other field. May as well make use of the roller and the tractor. Yeah, so I'll go around the headland of this field, and then I'll set the worker loose doing the rest of it. So I will see you again in a bit. Okay, so we are just about finishing up the potato harvest. I have no idea how many potatoes we harvested in total, but I think as a rough estimate, I think we had about 150,000 litres in the potato processing plant before we started the harvest. So once we have emptied the harvester into the trailer, we can take this over to the potato processing plant and we can see how much we have in there once this has been emptied. Okay, let's take a look in our potato processing to see how much we have. So we have 502,000 litres in there now. So I'm going to say that we got 350,000 litres of potatoes out of that harvest. That is an incredible amount of potatoes. So definitely very happy with that harvest. And if we just look at the other, let's look at some of the productions we've got going on here. We have our premium potatoes being produced at a fairly high rate, and we can see that the potato numbers are going down pretty fast. Vegetable fat's going down fairly fast. I think we'll just about have enough vegetable fat to last us until October, when we start harvesting soybeans. I think it's October. Let's take a look at our calendar. Yeah, October, November. So we're going to have one field ready in October, one field ready in November. I think we might just have enough vegetable fat to last us. We're definitely going to have enough starch. We're going to have enough of everything else, I believe. Let's go in here. Let's return our potato harvester. We'll return that. We'll return the header and we'll return the trailer. So another 12,000 euros. I think it cost us about 38 to 40,000 in total to rent the harvester. But what I think I'll do with regards to this is I'll finish mulching this field off camera and then I will continue with the other field tomorrow. So with that said, I think this is a great place to leave this episode. So thank you as always for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing us harvest our 350,000 litres of potatoes. If you are enjoying, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Until then, take care for now.